It's an ugly day in the world of Magic the Gathering. The new Secret Lair Superdrop is causing some huge problems for Magic the Gathering. On top of that, Lost Caverns of Ixalan has some serious quality issues. And if that wasn't enough, there is also a gigantic problem with Magic Arena as well.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The magic historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends. I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for another installment of Mega Magic News, and a lot is going wrong right now. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what's going right. Wizards of the Coast released a background article about the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And if you felt like the written story was kind of bare bones, it was. There is a ton of detail in this article, and it is a gratifying read that really fleshes out the world. In fact, I did an extra lore video based on that article talking all about the 5 deep gods and the mother god of Inner Ixalan. It's some cool stuff. So if you want to check that out, that's located over on Fantasy Geographic, and you can go and enjoy some magical lore goodness and not worry about the bad times that are going on in Magic, because that's what we're going to talk about now. I've got a laundry list of issues to talk about. We've already talked about Ixalan having some serious quality issues in terms of the pre-release kits. We had the same kind of issues coming along with the set booster boxes. Now, in terms of where this is located, you have it mostly going on. North America has the worst quality on Earth. North American printings are like literally you can feel gritty garbage on the card. Somebody went, yo, this is actually a sequel to Ixalan because the first Ixalan had terrible card quality and they are staying true to that. So it's spread even further to now the commander decks. Remember there was a delay with the commander decks? Well, maybe Wizards should have delayed them longer because there are tons of problems. We're not just talking about gritty garbage cards. We're talking about entirely misprinted decks. And not just one-offs. Like, the misprint groups are getting flooded with this kind of nonsense. I keep getting contacted by people. Just last night, the newest email was like, oh, here's a new one. Guess what? Got a commander deck. It's just missing 10 cards. And it's like, there's just, every time somebody tells me a problem, every problem I see is like a new one. Wizards of the Coast is outdoing themselves in terms of these errors. And it's because they're running at a breakneck pace. And that's actually going to tie into the secret lair problems that we're seeing as well. One specifically with the Jurassic Park secret lair. But we'll talk about that. We'll save that for the last item because we've got a number of other things to discuss as well. Let's talk about the Wizard statement on art theft. So you remember from my last video, we had that magic artwork that was clearly stolen. So Wizards has come out and said, we are done working with this individual. It was mostly just a standardized statement. One thing that felt a little bit weird about it was at the very end, it says, we're not working with him until further notice. Like, the first part of it was basically like, yo, we didn't know this artwork wasn't properly acquired. We have rules for our artists that say you have to do this, you're not allowed to steal people's artwork, and they broke our rules. So we're not going to be working with them anymore until further notice. So either that's just some sort of copy paste and they didn't realize that until further notice wasn't really supposed to be on there, or it could theoretically mean that maybe they have some of his artwork and they might try and vet it. So they might just go, okay, we've got these pieces of artwork, scour the internet, see if you can find if any of these things belong anywhere else, and if we actually can use these, then we will, because Wizards is paying like $1,000 a pop for this artwork, right? So they're not really just going to want to toss it to the side, but if it's going to cause legal liability, they absolutely are going to. So the until further notice might just be some extra corporate speak slapped down there, or it might literally mean we're going to see whatever extra artwork was commissioned from David that Wizards has already paid for because they don't want to waste the cash. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. Now, Arena is something that I don't normally talk about because for me, I find Arena to be a diminished overall frustrating Magic experience. And because it's not something I actively engage with and enjoy, I don't want to spend my time bagging on about it unless it's some major news item, right? The minor goings on in Arena, that's fine. Have your fun, right? It's a perfectly reasonable substitute if you can't get physical Magic. There's a number of issues about the platform that I don't like, but there's certain things that, yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. You can play for free and you don't have to have other people around. You can play it on your phone. Like these are some arguments for it. It's not 100% like thumbs down, but when you're a player like me who's been playing for decades and you appreciate the physical experience, and Arena renders your opponent down to an AI, and communication between the two just becomes either non-existent or frustrating. Like, it's just, ultimately, Arena doesn't deliver the experience that I want. I won't go on further in that way, but I will say that Arena right now has had direct challenges apparently broken for the last month. This is a very big deal, right? Like, you can still go play normal matches on Arena, but if you want to play with your friends, you can't. No direct challenges whatsoever. No, on top of not being able to play against your friends, this also impacts your actual card collection, because when Wizards puts out these anthology sets, or when they put out like these booster packs that mirror what's going on in the physical world, they go, oh, you know what? Some of the cards we put in the physical packs are too strong, so you can't use them in historic, and they're not standard legal, so, and you just go, so wait, you're selling me cards that I can't use at all? I'm like, no, you can use them. You can use them in direct challenges with your friends. See the problem? So now we have a month that's gone by where you literally can't use these. Like, we're putting these cards in, and the only way you can use it, we're not going to make sure that that's actually available to you. Now, from what I'm looking into, I'm not 100% sure what's going on, because this isn't affecting absolutely everybody, but it is affecting enough people that, for example, it was either yesterday or the day before where LSV had this big event going on where he was going to do a direct challenge with his buddy, play an Arena. They were going to show some stuff off, right? Like as streamers do. And we're not talking about some random individual. We're talking about a well-known, prominent member of the Magic community overall. So you turn around and go, wait, so they were just, you can't direct challenge. I mean, that's what I used to do when I streamed Arena. We would do direct challenges. People in the stream, channel members and stuff, would be like, yo, let's play. And I would play viewers. But if you can't do direct challenges, you can't do that, right? So when I saw that, when it comes to Arena, Wizards works the angles in so many different ways that the most cynical part of my brain went, is it broken, or did they intentionally mess it up to try and boost the number of games that are being played outside of direct challenges? Because they're like, people playing direct challenges aren't really boosting our bottom line. They're just playing for free. Like, they always get in there and tinker around. When they didn't like what we were doing, I used to build my sets through drafting, right? So then they went, well, you can only have them every 2 weeks now. And it's like, why? And then later on they go, hey guys, we know you used to really use the drafting to build out your sets, and we're not bringing that back, but we're making this special booster pack, which is the equivalent that you only ever get standard cards from. And then they make the Lord of the Rings cards, and they go, hey, you know those booster packs that we said you could only get standard cards from that are equivalent of this? Well, guess what? There's Lord of the Rings cards in them now too, and they're not standard legal, and they never will be. And we put them in there. And even though you got those packs before, and you've had them in your collection, and we told you they would be standard legal only cards, we literally have changed the contents of your possessions on Arena. Arena is wild to me. You don't own your Magic collection, and you're trusting one of the greediest corporations on earth that they're not going to squeeze you so hard. Like, I started in the open beta for Arena, and when they had sales on packs, it would be, no, you don't need to pay 1,000 gold. It's 500 gold. And then you're watching go 600, 700, 800, 900 gold. 900 gold for a booster pack out of 1,000. It doesn't even feel like a discount because it's 100 of the in-game currency. And the one day a month where they give it's free gem day. Really? So I just click a button and they add gems to my account? Well, no, actually I have to spend in-game resources. Oh, sorry, I thought it was free gem day. Well, yeah, you just have to spend some of this resource you have to spend money on to get more of the resource you have to spend money on. But you can do it with gold. Is it the amount of gold you can easily earn in one day if you're somebody who spends all your gold? No, it's all psychological tricks, right? So, Arena for me is, I mean, listen to me. Obviously, I can go off on a tangent with all the different problems. The last time I logged in, like a month ago, I noticed one of the skeeziest things they did. It's so subtle. If you look at the icons up at the top, right? They have the little glowing triangles that say, you got booster packs to open. Come look at the store. There's deals here. Even after you click on the store thing and the diamond goes away, you don't have that big glowing icon. If you look up at the top, they've created a tiny, tiny little orange glowing thing that occasionally looks like it's flashing or moving, intentionally designed to draw your eye to the store tab. Like Arena's crazy. The fact that direct challenges aren't working is wild to me. And I do wonder how much of an incentive Wizards really has to fix it. How much money does direct challenges make them? And are they just going, who cares, right? Like Arena has been getting progressively worse. I know that because I took a year off. I came back, put the software in, and everything was worse. So at one point, it seemed like Wizards was going, Arena's going to be the biggest thing ever. That's where we're going to have our pro players. And then they went, Arena's alchemy. It's alchemy now. No, it's Hearthstone, and you got to like deal with it. It's insane. It's insane. So let's move on because I could talk about Arena for another 20 minutes. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the secret layer scenario. So, this new secret layer Superdrop that Wizards of the Coast has made is having some people literally post in places like Reddit going, Scumbag alert! And I just love the language because they're not wrong. Wizards is trying to work the angles. They've done similar things like this before. Here's what people are upset about. You can buy all of the secret layers that are being released in this big bundle in one go, where you go, okay, bam, I get every single, like, I think it's 7 for this one. I'm not 100% sure, but you get all of them in one bundle price. And there's a special bonus card, right? So you can get a Locust God if you spend $200. That's how it works. It depends on where you are. Sometimes it'll be in different currencies, it's different amounts. So this is just an example. So $200. You get a Locust God, right? Now, do you want to buy the bundle? Great, look at all these, they come together. So it's $199.50. If you choose, literally, if you choose to buy every single bundle off of Wizards, then it's like, oh, sorry, you don't get the card, right? Because you get this like 10% discount for buying all of it. And that 10% discount, it's crazy how it puts you just under that threshold. And then you have the option of, oh, do you want to wait for the 10% sale to go over so you can pay 10% more for it? And then you, oh, okay, here we go. Like, look at that. You're paying a little bit more, but you get the included card. But here's the thing. The Locust God, it's going to be the same deal as the previous God, which was the better one. It was the Scarab one. People wanted that more. Nobody cares about the Locust God. And the Scarab God that was like a bonus, right? Here's something about these secret layer bonus cards, friends. You got to spend like 200 bones to get it. The card itself is only worth like 10, 15 bucks on the secondary market. Even less with the way Wizards is doing things, right? So you turn around and just go, well, why would I buy an extra bundle? Because that's what they're hoping you'll do. They're hoping you go, oh, I'm 50 cents under. Why don't I just buy an entire another like secret layer, and then that'll get me over the threshold for this card, when you don't want that one because you're already getting it and it's doubles, and you can literally just go and buy that one single and you're covered, bro. Like it's skis bagging, right? They're just, oh, look at this. Hey, we're going to do this and let's just work the angles. Like, it's not thanks for buying 7 of these secret layers. Have this bonus card. It's eat it. Eat it. Pound sand, chump. What? You buying all those? Ha! You don't get the promo. Oh, does that feel bad? We don't care. We set it up this way. We're trying to milk you. Wizards does too much of this greedy, insulting crap where they're already selling us singles at overhyped prices. Like this Secret Versary is pushing it. The tagline, we saved the best. No, you didn't. You didn't save the best secret layers for like 2 years after you created it, or 3 years, or whatever it is, man. That's absolutely not the case. And we can see it with the garbage that they've put in there. Most of the layers are not worth even looking at. You look at the card choices and go, what is this? What is this? And they don't feel special. Like Wizards is really running the well dry on the secret layer situation. And on top of that, the lady in charge of secret layers is like, we've got even more coming and more surprises for you. Like next year is going to have more secret layers than this year did. Think about that. Think about how you can't even think of what secret layers they're going to make. Think about how you can't even think of what cards they're going to put in there, what kind of secondary market value they're going to try and extract, and then we're getting even more next year, right? Like, things are so rushed that we have a Jurassic Park crossover with Ixalan that I am absolutely positive was not the original intention. If you look at the cards in Ixalan, there are a bunch of Minecraft themed cards. Now, people at the company will go, well, we just put in Minecraft themed cards because, Minecraft kid liked Minecraft, but there was never going to be a Minecraft crossover. You're liars! You've been doing so many crossovers. It's like trying to pretend that Strixhaven was never going to be a Harry Potter crossover. Once it's fallen through, it doesn't look good from a corporate perspective to admit that it's failed. So here's what happened from my perspective. They're building a set, they've got a Minecraft crossover. The Minecraft crossover falls through and they go, oh no, we have to do a universe beyond with this. What are we doing? And they go, we'll do Jurassic Park. But Jurassic Park doesn't fit with the Minecraft cards that we have. Screw it. Take the world that you built, shove it into the middle of Ixalan, and then we'll say it's Jurassic Park Dinosaur World. And that's what they did. And that's what led to this abomination. Up on the screen, you are going to see the Jurassic Park secret lair. Now, at first glance, you might look at this and go, how is this the worst thing ever? How is this an example of how Wizards is running too fast to lazily slap crap together? Well, on the surface, it just looks like a bunch of dinosaurs for Jurassic Park, and you go, okay, cool. And then you go, oh wait, all right. So these are reskins. Never mind. These are reskins like they did with the Godzilla crossover. And guess what? Reskins can be slapped together mighty quick. You don't got to design any new cards. So you've got your reskins, and the part that's upsetting people isn't the card choices that are in here, right? When it comes to the actual reprints they've selected, I didn't see anybody complaining, right? Like, you've got some good stuff in there. You got Wayward Swordtooth, you got a Tally, you got the Rampaging Ferocidons, you got Polyraptor, you got your Alphasaur, your Regisaur Alpha, right? Like, these are a solid array of dinosaurs. And at first blush, hey, wait a minute, these are Jurassic Park dinosaurs? No problem. What's the problem? All right, well, the problem starts to seep in when you take a look at the different cards and go, wait a minute. Regisaur Alpha is the Spinosaurus, but Regisaur Alpha isn't a Spinosaurus. But you go, well, that's okay. It's not like they have another Spinosaurus dinosaur in these cards. And then you go, wait, a Tally, hold on, wait, a Tally's a Spinosaurus. And a Tally is on the, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is a Tally? But a Tally's a Spinosaurus. Why isn't he the Spinosaurus, right? And then you go, okay, well, no, because they couldn't have done anything like that with other creatures where it doesn't make sense. And then you go, oh, Indominus Rex, look at that. They made Indominus Rex the Polyraptor. Well, that makes sense because it's not like they have a card called Velociraptor, and then they do have a card called Velociraptor? Oh yeah, it's right there beside the Indominus Rex. So let me get this straight. You don't put the raptor on the raptor card. Like, I want you to understand something. They wrote an article about this, and using the Triceratops as an example, the guy who was in charge of this said the reason that they gave the cards different names, instead of just having it show up as a Triceratops and the name be Wayward Swordtooth, they basically said, okay, here's the deal. It would create cognitive dissonance for people if they saw Wayward Swordtooth and saw a Triceratops, because they would be like, well, what's the connection there? But it doesn't cause cognitive dissonance to just go ahead and go, oh, look at this guy. He's a Spinosaur, but he looks like a T-Rex. Oh, look at the Indominus Rex. It's a Polyraptor. When in the movie, the raptors travel in packs, right? The Indominus Rex is a gigantic T-Rex. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe a Regisaur Alpha? Oh, what a great idea. But no, you have it as the Polyraptor, which is the raptor that makes more copies of itself from a mechanical standpoint, right? And in the movie, the raptors travel in packs, bro. They travel in packs. So you have a scenario where the Polyraptor makes perfect sense for the Velociraptor. Rampaging Ferocidon, you could put on any dinosaur and it wouldn't cause any cognitive dissonance. So they talk about not wanting to create cognitive dissonance, and then they create massive cognitive dissonance by putting all the wrong cards on all the wrong types, and then on top of that, Polyraptor is a mono green card. Indominus Rex is a mono blue card. Look at it. Like, this wouldn't be as infuriating if they didn't have an article from the guy behind it explaining that for the naming, we didn't do the names because we didn't want to confuse people. But then all the cards are incredibly confusing when you know the underlying cards. And that's what is going on. Who made these decisions? I can only chalk it up to sloppy, quick, slap together crap. Pick some dinosaurs. We got to get a Jurassic Park secret layer together. We have the designers quickly, like, just getting some stuff together with the artwork for the Jurassic Park stuff we had actually planned for further down the road, but now we got to staple it to Ixalan. So you got a bunch of people who are angry, other people who are upset where they're like, I wanted to get the unique Indominus Rex, and then I thought that it was the Indominus Rex from this one, but nope, their names are different by one word. So yeah, this is a big drop of the ball on Wizards of the Coast's part, because there's not a lot of people running around talking like they're all hyped about this stuff, right? Things are rough right now in the world of Magic the Gathering. Big shout out to all of my patrons. Thanks for supporting my channel. You guys rule, and I will see you all for the next video.